used to hear the name Lucar quite a bit, but I haven't seen them in a rising bracket in quite a long time, actually. So it's very interesting to see.
Definitely glad to have him back. And even getting started pretty good. Couldn't quite find what they were looking for with that Blanca ball, but a little damage. Everyone misses their grabs. I've been there. Side.
Even with the throw range in this game being very large, yeah, sometimes you miss that timing, and it can cost you a lot.
I'm glad I'm not tripping, because sometimes I'm like, some characters, I'm like, you are magnetic, huh? I tried to shimmy you, but
Narmaya is actually one of those characters that has a very large throw range. Playing casuals, I got thrown during my backdash. It happens.
That's a tilter. Not much tilts me. Yeah. That would do it.
It did. It did. Especially when the person afterwards just said she needs it, though.
You're right. So they know. They saw it. They saw it. They knew it was ridiculous. Here we go. Speaking of Narmaya's throw, we're getting things started. The butterfly hat. Ooh.
Oh yeah, you still gotta watch out about the chip damage after a while.
Yeah, I was gonna say you generally try and spot dodge those slashes, but the EX ones just last so long. You're sitting there holding that. It's just not a situation you want to be in. But now Lucar gonna have the corner, gonna have the pressure.
And the thing is, they are not getting around these demon flips at all. And it's very unfortunate, just kind of getting stuck, having to eat all the pressure and the damage, and a perfect goes out for Lucar.
Man, ref, do something. That is not great. But what did we learn is the real question. What did we learn? Did we learn to watch for the demon flip and look for an anti-air? Are we scared of that, perhaps, because of Charlotta's weird trajectory? Who knows? But we have to do something. So let's see.
Well, we see a DP to start things off, so possibly now going to be trying to look for some actual reversals to get around it. But, oh, a throw bait. Very nice for Lucar.
Hand, cookie jar, out of it. Cannot be caught doing that. That is a scary situation. You're going to hold this Super Blanca ball. Now what? Look for the shimmy. Nothing doing. Now I get to play the game.
Goodness, but still such a big life difference. You got to watch out once again for that throw bait. Seeing that a good amount now for Lucar. We've only seen the one reversal from Shadow. I kind of want to see, maybe we can start doing that a bit more on some of these jumps. Possibly look for some rolls or spot dodges. Possibly go for less of these throws.
Yeah, I was going to say something that's not throw. I understand. You have to anti-air this guy. I understand, like at a certain level, throws, it's just awesome. It's awesome. It does a fair bit of damage. You feel safe behind it. You're really not. I don't know what the call was there, but that was a counter hit, and Lucar sitting on 100 meter. They're going to eat a lot of damage, but you're not dead. Guess for game, however.
Oh, and the unk check, no.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Unk check, unfortunate. 30 frames. All right, here we go. Butterfly. You don't have to spend your. Watch the blue finish.
There it is.
Just wasn't ready.
Man, great job for
Camp. But moving ahead, Tubbie and Dragalia. Another Narmaya.
Yeah, this time one of the best Narmayas out there, I feel.
Yes. Dragalia repping the big sister quite well. So we will see exactly how that comes to bear here. So let's start with blue EI.
Oh, big counter hit. That's going to be a ton of damage here. Has the 50 meters, so I wonder if they're going to spend it for the Setsuna. No, actually just builds the meter for super. Yeah. So much damage. Look at that.
That was disgusting. Not tripping at all, but okay, we have the corner if you're Tubbie. Never mind.
Yeah, that's the unfortunate thing. Once going for that 6XL, it still can get crushed by some of these heavies. You really got to watch out for things like that.
Tubbie just in a situation where they had to be the one asking the questions at such a life deficit, but now that's all right. We say that first round is reconnaissance, it's intelligence gathering. What did you learn?
We just learned that Dragalia presses close heavy on...
Yeah.
on pressure.
That's like twice now, huh? We're just going to hit heavy buttons. I like that. I like it. All right, brave counter. I believe in my neutral. I'm willing to go back to it. I don't want to hold your pressure. This is going to hurt a little bit. No, holds on to the medium. I agree.
Oh, what a throw bait right there. Can you kill? You do have the 50 meter to go for the Eureka. Or you Dragon, but oh no! No! Chip is a factor still. Gotta watch out. There's also gonna be 668 available. However, super low on health, 0 BP. Gotta watch out for both players. Oh, but a far light's gonna be taking it for Tubbie.
RL is great. Let's go. Tubbie able to stabilize at the very end. That was a scary situation. But no slouch themselves is our Zooey player. Oh my goodness. I will press your pressure. Yeah.
It's not even just they will press, they're pressing heavy. So you really got to tighten up your strings. You cannot just give them enough time to go for something like this. But, man, Dragalia doing really fine here for the most part on their defense and starting to get better. However, that U Lightning catching, getting a small combo, and now just... Oh, okay. Yeah, just always got to remember that transient.
Yeah, just, I'm here now. Doing the best I can. Get off of me! This time, and it's -2 these days. Thank the heavens. Alright, can you finish this?
BP.
Uh-oh. BP on both sides. No. Yes, this is death!
Not holding the guard button. Unfortunate for Tubbie, but that's going to be Dragalia finding game number 1.
Hey, but nothing to be too discouraged about there. At those kinds of games, that last critical decision, I mean, it makes or breaks you. This time, it made Dragalia broke Tubbie, but you get another game. Saving grace.
668 is starting to go hard.
I'm a little reach, but that's okay. Let's set it up. I get a B+ here. One more time. One Mogan. Cut that out. It's not your turn. I'm playing the game now.
Oh, not gonna be trying to cash out. A little unfortunate. Good block.
That's ridiculous.
And because you spent... Oh no! This is 0 BP as well. Dragalia, do you have enough damage? Go for the
no
Setsuna.
No way, right?
This is still good amount more. Goes for another!
Dear, okay. Sweet sassy molasses. All right, Dragalia on set point. Well, you're not called one of the best for no reason. You earn those things. Tubbie. Not dead yet. Let's put out a dragon. It's Dragon Tail. Get smacked. Get smoked. Get this corner. You live here now. Pay your rent.
Okay. I like going for the SBA, get rid of one of the diamonds, try to keep Dragalia here, and if they want to BC, they're going to have to take a risk. Oh, absolutely. No! Unfortunate. I like that. They try to go for the air-to-air against the flip. You can do that, but it's very tight, and yeah, you can get comboed for it.
We're just talking about that bravery point economy. Not in Tubbie's favor anymore. Just going ahead and cashing out. Get out of that bad situation, but oh, nothing doing. All right. Neither of us have bravery. We're both scared. Cowards. Death.
I really do like that. Straight up, just hold the guard button, try to see if they're going to take their plus frames and go for that UDP.
Way to run right at you here. Put out the lightning. Put out the dragon. Nice. Just
try to keep your pressure going for as long as possible. You got to watch out about some of these heavies. You might see one again. And like the press after the 6XL. Great spot dodge on the U-Transient.
That's godlike. You earned every bit of this damage, youngster. But what else can you do with it? It's not over yet. You have to set yourself up for success, set yourself up for victory, cash out. That bravery point economy is looking good. You're going to have the corner. I don't think Dragalia is going to get unk-checked, but it exists. Just hit a button. Just get medium.
Wow. I feel like Dragalia started to do like a throw, but yeah, just slight delay on the close light. Really working out there.
And now we are 1-all here. Dragalia going to be trying to answer back and trying to do so with aplomb. That is going to hurt quite a bit.
Has 100 meter as well. Do you spend it? No. It's going to be going for the frame kill. And there we go. This is going to kill now.
Well, Baker, watch the blade dance.
Battle 2. Engage.
Well, match point for Dragalia. Tubbie, though, now starting to answer back with initiative. Not at all discouraged by the meeting of last round.
Oh, big counter here with the JU.
That
You cash out?
Yeah.
Do as much damage as possible here. Probably going to put this in a throw situation.
Yeah, guess for the round here, for sure. Yeah, that throw will kill. Overhead, nothing doing. We block those. We use a block button. Lady.
Doesn't have enough meter for DP, but we'll just kind of sit here for a bit. Chip is also available now.
Chip is available.
Dragon?
Off of me. Creates a situation. Yep, absolutely. All right.
That was actually the last of their Dragon Gauge too, so it may have been a little bit harder if they didn't get that chip kill.
That would have been an incredibly scary situation. It would have been Dragalia taking their turn for sure, probably on the back of the transient. But here we go. Dragalia now getting their turn to play. S2. You're going to have to hold this pressure just a little while longer. It's not catastrophic yet, but this is going to hurt quite a bit. I lied. This is catastrophic. This is not great.
Down to the 1 BP. You can get unchecked right here if it happens again. Great spot dodge, however, still pretty good. Into the SSBA. Okay, we're getting rid of the diamonds here.
No one needs Brave Points now. Except Tubbie's going to get one back. Or get one back. Two. Yeah.
It clashed with the Setsuna. Oh, another spot dodge.
You're dead?
That's going to be working.
You're dead? That'll be Tubbie getting it done.
Man, really good job for Tubbie there. The first game, on to our next game, it's going to be JMAMH versus Xenzri. Ladiva versus Lancelot. This is kind of interesting. The Speedster versus the Grappler. You would think the Grappler should lose almost every time, but JMAMH has a really good way of just making people feel like idiots. I can't put it easily.
I mean, that's Grappler players, right? It's like they're going to do something, like, because a lot of the times they're living off of that conditioning and guessing. They're gonna do things that it's just like, wow, okay, I got hit by that. I can't believe it. What's your setup now? Yeah, kind of like that. I think maybe Xenzri was looking for maybe a blue headbutt checkmate situation, because that was definitely a spot dodge.
Yeah, I'm a little interested by that spot dodge. I'm not entirely sure the purpose of it, but even still, yeah, it's really rough in that type of situation.
Right, though, still has plenty of game left to play. Holding these 6XL from Ladiva. Yep, there's that. There's the defense. Get off. 4 frames of throw-in bowl on wake up.
Yeah, it's a little too meaty right there. Still, though, JMAMH has an opportunity. +4 right here, though. Throw bait as well. There's a good counter hit. Can you finish it off? I don't know if you can, but they do have 50 meter.
See, this is gonna definitely be. Yeah? What? I was gonna say it was definitely gonna be combo limit, but Xenzri knows better. Going to finish things off there. You don't get a chance to make that mistake twice.
Yep, that's the nice thing about the U Blade Impulse. It does restand, and that makes it so the combo limit is extended for a bit. So, yeah, 50 meter, and Lancelot becomes a really scary character. Almost all of his U skills are just really, really strong.
Absolutely. We'll see if that will matter this round. Start just a normal throw. I can appreciate it.
One command grab. Do it again?
Yeah. No. Okay, I'm getting out of here. I don't even want to hold whatever that's going to be. Third headbutt or not.
Good amount of damage. Shouldn't be dead, though.
Dead? Yeah, I'm like, I think that's probably, nope, combo limit. You get to guess for game.
Oh, yeah. Especially with that really weird setup. I've seen Jamal be able to whiff the button into command grab, as we saw, like, I think in the first round. So you have to really wonder, okay, is this actually going to be a fake out, or is it going to be a real safe jump?
Yeah, no, it's, no, I see, because that's just unfortunate. That's just, I don't know, that sucks. But sometimes that happens. Still is Lancelot 50 meter, and JMAMH is aware of it too, because you're not getting that.
I'm honestly impressed as well. JMAMH didn't spend the 100 meter, did not go for any more damage, possibly thinking, okay, if Xenzri does find a way out, whether it be DP or BC, I want to keep the Eularia. So, honestly, I think it was a pretty good choice, even if they didn't need it.
Spot dodge is amazing.
Down to 1 BP for both players. Not enough meter for Xenzri, though.
The corner might be able to get a... Okay. Well, yeah. Now we're actually going to get a combo. This is going to be... What? That was... Is that a 2L starter?
So...
Get off.
Hero BP. No, you had the press!
This is going to hurt. This is going to hurt real bad. You're going to the corner. Combo with reach. Have to watch for anything. Both players will die on next hit, but JMAMH on set point.
Gotta watch out. You headbutt's also a possibility. And Xenzri's trying to play further away. There we go with the Rekka. However, it's not gonna be enough to kill. Very low on health here. Oh no!
No way!
Not enough!
Oh,
oh, the turbulence is gonna be taking it. Wow. Okay, very close round right there. Xenzri having an opportunity, staying alive right here. Air unblockable, there we go. Perfectly not close enough.
same side, gonna block the Brave counter. -2 here, baby. It's still my turn, and you are going on a trip. Enjoy the corner. Jump off. Just can't seem to get that.
And I like the idea. It's a little tricky. Maybe if it was the U version, I think that one has a bit more reach, and even the slowdown might help a bit.
Yeah,
but
the stall is pretty good. Not really finding the heavy one. Still in the driver's seat in this match now. Couldn't even cross over to the side. JMAMH gonna close things out. Ryazo.
This should be a really fun one. Yeah, Ryazo, Seox, and then Diegsternator on the Lucilius. Deeg, one of the few remaining reps for Lucilius, has been really still doing well with this character, even after the changes to him and everything.
Absolutely, blade level changes. Dropped him down a few spots on most people's tier list, but a loyalist can get it done. He's definitely not unplayable by any means.
And I feel like we might actually get to see what kind of makes Deeg a little bit different compared to a lot of Lucilius players that we used to see. Has a lot more use of the 5U stance than most others, kind of building up blade levels and using the stance normals really well. However, we're not going to see that in this round.
Not this
Perfect for
round.
Ryazo.
That's pretty brutal, but that happens sometimes. Sometimes your opponent just has those rounds.
There we go. Already starting off with the stance. Wow.
Very nice. Caught the wall juice.
He's already going through. He's already half their blade level, so in a fairly good spot. Just has to really get around. Went for an air throw. I wonder what they were trying to catch there. Still
no earthly clue, but still going to find their way out of a bad situation and into a fantastic one. How much damage can you do?
This is a lot of damage, especially considering they were on the ground the entire time. Combo limit was not going to be a factor there. Very good round for Deeg.
Ouch. All right, Deeg answering back. That's good. That's good because it's like, you know, you have the first round like that. Like something just didn't go right. Several things just didn't go right, but able to answer back. That's fantastic. Now he's gonna have to find a way out of the corner though. Against Ryazo won't be easy work.
Ooh, gets throw baited. Yeah, gotta watch out about the gated demons right there. Be eating so much damage and the super. Get back the diamond. This is a lot of damage. I don't think throw is enough to kill, but even still. Throw bait is.
Yeah, that's Hey at the office. Ryazo going up 1-0.
Yeah, that's the thing. Seox, an extremely fast character, can really pressure strike throw very, very well. So a lot of the times you have to just be ready and kind of willing to take the throw on a lot of situations. Like, so you just cannot let Seox get a good throw bait on you.
Otherwise, you're just dead. You're just dead.
Exactly.
Clean dead. Like I wish I had a joke or metaphor for it. No, get in the ground. You're dead. But
this character is essentially our Akuma of this game, just because, you know, very low health but extremely good damage and fairly good neutral as well. So you constantly gotta be worried about this character.
Where I go, I still see his face. Akuma's still here and still cutting up the competition. As opposed to smashing them, I suppose. Deeg, though, going to have to try and find an answer. Not this round.
Not at all. Ryazo still just doing really well. Getting around some of these teleports, still getting a good amount of baits. Really just gotta think, what can Deeg do here? This is one of the other things. Because Seox is such a fast character, can really just, you know, start the snowball or stop Lucilius from getting snowballed. So, you know, that's one of the things. Lucilius needs to make momentum so that way he can get some of his levels.
Absolutely. And both of these characters, I mean, no character does badly when they have naturally, but both of these characters benefit heavily from that kind of win more play style. Those win more situations. So if you can't get started, you're going to be in a bad way. But Deeg able to get started here and emphatically.
Battle 3. Engage.
Exactly. You need a round like that. You need to try to continue on.
Still going to need to try and find answers here, or rather, be the one asking the questions because you have no more games to lose against Ryazo, but doing a great job of putting the top quiz in front of him. Get off. I want to play. Still ooh.
Oh, I think the slowdown actually stopped him from landing in time to block it. This is a lot of carry and a fairly good amount of damage.
Yeah. Oh, that's a punish. He's sitting on blue. The SSBA is coming. You do not have your whole life ahead of you, bro.
I don't think you're going to have any life after this. SSBA hits super high up as well.
So dead.
Oh, man. Very, very good for Ryazo there. Going to be taking it to be Lunalu. But yeah, probably just has the Lunalu as kind of a skin, but just mostly choosing the Charlotta. Right now, Xerom is actually 3-1, so
looking good.
Hardly see. Yeah, seemingly fairly good. Gonna be seeing more of this Charlotta. I mentioned before about Awesome doing fairly well against I think it was Tubbie. So we could still see that, you know, Awesome on this Anila can just take it over Xerom as well. But it's gonna be a little rough. Xerom, one of the best players like out there, period.
Yeah, like in the world, like on the globe. Yeah, absolutely. But this is how you make your name. This is why they remember you. So just gotta make it happen. We'll see if that's the case. Right now, Xerom sitting on that life lead. Now a bigger life lead. I was gonna say it's still relatively close, but now a bigger life lead. Still one SBA combo away from things changing. Or you can just do this. Get in the corner. Guess, or one touch rather, not guess for game. there's the one touch.
That's all you needed in that situation. Just find a good little hit into a Raging Strike. That's really how much better can get.
No, I mean like it's
Huh?
a simple. Yeah, that didn't even clash. You just get smoked, I suppose. All right, well.
I love it when my 2H gets hit by the air button.
Anti-air for what? Why'd you think that button would do that? What?
You think your anti-air button's meant to anti-air?
Ridiculous. Absurd.
I can't believe
Yes.
you think something so unserious as that.
Right?
Really?
Right. Absolutely ludicrous.
Ooh, didn't think it was plus? Fortunate.
This is a scary situation now. Actually, one touch for both sides again. Big sheep summon.
Good amount of chip as well. Still adding up more of this chip.
What a
Oh, the
trade.
trade! Works out for Xerom there.
Battle 3.
Absolutely. Xerom's gonna be happy to take that, but a little bit dicier than perhaps they wanted it to be. Still, they don't remember how you got there, just that you got there.
Great.
So who gets there now? What did he do? Oh, watch the U-ball, gonna get the short hop, the sheep hop. The corner situation, ooh, nothing doing on a punish there. No whip punishes available. We're just beating on the front door, both of us.
What's going on? But still, though, Xerom finding a good hit in this corner. Ben? No! Holding on to the meter. Let's use it in case something else happens in the mid-screen.
Bot dodge. More than happy to hold the pressure, but BC out. Nice anti-air. This is not quite it. This is not quite it, apparently.
Unfortunate! I don't know if that's like a weird size issue or, you know, if it was just gonna be too high no matter what, but still. Awesome can find the win right here if they find one good DP on possibly a Demon Flip
Like
or
that.
just on the Blanca ball. Great job for Awesome to be taking game number 1.
Wonder if it was even considered. I'm thinking to myself, like, the Blanca ball is
Believe
definitely
in
going to be
victory.
reactable, yeah?
Battle 1.
Mhm.
Engage.
So perhaps, you know, you got like a million things going through your head in those situations. Perhaps not even considering the DP response right then. Either way, Awesome going to be happy with that. Xerom, pressure to answer back. The Demon Flip low is beautiful. Oh, goodness.
Great.
No follow-up. Thought perhaps they were close enough to continue the combo in the corner without it, but either way, going to finish off the round.
2.
Bad.
Just going extremely fast. This is more the speed that I expect from Xerom. Just play extremely fast. Don't let your opponent have an opportunity to think. Just like that. Just catch them for the slightest idea of like, oh, well, they're in the air. I need to block high. Nope. Getting caught. Get caught again. Oh, missed it.
Oh my goodness. Okay, well, if Awesome's going to answer back, this is where comebacks is how they're written. This is where they start. Get off. Not quite. Dead here.
Unfortunate, because I would have liked to see an SSB on that last touch just to put Xerom down to 0 BP, but that's not really happening.
That was what I expected as well, but nothing doing for that. Xerom
Believe in victory.
going to take that 2 rounds to 0.
Engage.
Oh, hey, we're having a mirror.
We're having a mirror. I was like, am I tripping?
That's the
It's
power
been
of
a long
Lunalu.
week. Yeah. All right, well, I mean, an effective mind game for sure. I hate it when people pick my character again. Like, yo, if I lose, I just have to, like, consider the value of my life.
Yeah,
But-
honestly, I was expecting that it's like, oh, they have Lunalu. There might be a chance we see Gran from Xerom, because they picked that a couple of times in bracket before. Once it gave Charlotta twice, I'm like, oh, then it's probably just, you know, skin. Oh, wow! Okay,
Wow.
I forget that's a button.
Yeah, I do too. That was not what. Okay, yeah, sure. Well, however you get there. Xerom did bet this entire set on the Anila here, so we will see exactly what they can get done. Nice throw. He jumped low. Nothing for it, though.
We can get the chase, but far light. Living to its name, being quite far. Always gotta watch out about that. Oh, nice hop over the Yushi.
Right, just get off of me. Okay. Now we're gonna play at that mid range. Nice hop, nothing doing for it. Backdash not caught.
This one does get caught. Still has enough life. Xerom does have meter, so Awesome was probably wondering about a DP, but actually still fighting with the 2-2U, and Awesome's gonna be taking it 2-1 over Xerom.
Rocks versus Castiel, Cag, and Versusia.
Okay, it should be pretty interesting. We mentioned before Castiel doing really well so far, sitting at 5-1. So, you know, has been really making a tear through the bracket. Still needs actually one more game so they can even, you know, possibly make it into the top 8 spot. And you know that they still want to get some of the higher scores so that way they can really make it through. If they go 5-2, that becomes really scary. You're not necessarily sure if you're gonna make it into that top 8 spot. Right now, RainbowRocks is actually sitting in that 5-2, so they're hoping to make that, you know, 6-2. They don't want that to go lower.
Yeah, 5-3 is your fate is kind of a little bit not in your hands all the way anymore. So going to need to make this work. That Versusia color is insane. I've never seen that one. Right. It is a really good color.
I think it's actually based on the human version of Versusia, like the Gran and Jita's mom or whatever.
Right. That makes sense, given how it looks. This is RainbowRocks making a good case for that 6-2 situation. Unfortunately, you're just straight into it. I agree, honestly.
Especially with the 0 BP now. I mean, that's going to be a ton of damage.
Suddenly,
life is about even. Oh, but the
nice.
DP.
The chair. Watch the chair.
I love that too. Like, Castiel even waited for it as well. Delayed their far light, but RainbowRocks is like, you know what? I can delay my DP too.
Yeah, it's becomes the game of chicken, right? Who's gonna move first? Who's gonna blink first? Castiel blinks first. RainbowRocks takes that round. But now, Castiel looking to answer back. Give me my install. Hold this grab. What's up? Wake up. Was that a low into rating strike, huh? Low, huh? Yeah. Okay.
Just a 2-0.
Okay.
Very 0 BP right here for RainbowRocks. They keep going. This is still a really scary situation because they have SBA.
That's crazy. Psycho Crusher, no crash this time, but you are the heck out of there.
Battle 3.
That's one thing you always got to watch out for. Once Versusia has 100 meter, she essentially has a full screen sniper.
Yeah. Her daughter having that in common in that way. Versusia is a little bit more potent, I will say.
Just a little, maybe a little higher damage.
Yeah, just a tad.
Yeah.
Rock's going to need to answer back. Has a lot of life that they need to make up for. This deficit is a little bit crazy, a little insane. Other side. Oh, here.
And you know, I like that. The last time we saw it, it was JU wait and then got DP'd on. This time, just do nothing, go for the throw. Why not?
Yeah.
They're probably waiting for the button to come out.
Absolutely a great decision and relatively low risk as well. If the DP comes out, you're still sitting on an insane life lead. If it doesn't, you win. Unk check.
Down to 1 PP now. But over to this corner, Castiel's gonna build the meter. Do you spend it for the super? Just get back 1
BP. Oh, no.
Prefers keeping the meter for their next hit, and that should be it right there.
Drops. Hold this crusher. All right, Castiel looking to make RainbowRocks position in the standing a little bit more precarious, and he's on track to do just that. What a 6-6L, what a clash. Yeah.
EC into delayed DP. Gotta love it.
I'm getting out of here. That's what that tells me.
One way or another.
Yeah, I will escape. It doesn't matter what it costs.
I don't want to block. I'll spend 50 meter, but I didn't spend $60 to block.
60, 50, 50. Either way, too much money to be holding down back or the block button.
Exactly.
Oh my goodness. You're getting carried to the corner. This does a lot of damage. She has Raging Strike, but not meter to follow up. She's not going to need it. You're just dead. Oh, wait.
No! Combo
You're just not dead. Scream at him. Dasha.
That's going to be Castiel taking it. Oh, wow.
Forever and nearsighted.
Every time I see nearsighted, I get, like, I feel betrayed. Because I'm like, the name is nearsighted. You could have been near, or you could have been 2B.
Yeah.
Your avatar Belial.
It's not even close, bro.
Nope.
Like, you almost couldn't be further away. I don't. Whatever. Whatever. But
the thing is, still, it is cool to see Avatar Belial get played. Not many people actually still, you know, play this character. It's still kind of a struggle at times. You know, having to spend a lot of your own HP to get some really big combos. It's not always the best.
Absolutely. And yeah, no, it's always gonna be a barrier in a fighting game, especially, and one as explosive as this. Like, this guy's not dead. Oh, it was a setup. It was a setup. It was 100%. That was cool. That was cute. It didn't work out, but that was cute. You have the life to recover. Perfectly fine on the side of Gbhforever as long as you don't touch it again.
Oh, wait a minute.
We're getting
50 meter. That's gonna be enough, I think. Yeah. Pixel and a dream for nearsighted, but I mean, when you're playing Avatar, that's probably like, you know, the lifestyle. You're just used to being at battle. Yeah.
That is absolutely Tuesday. All right, whatever. 0 life. Let's go. Let's do it. But this is exactly how you want to lose it. Gbhforever gonna get us set up here.
I think that was an attempt at a fuzzy right there.
That was
now perfect for Gbhforever.
Alright. A round at least.
I feel like we haven't actually seen much dive kick for GBH.
We have not. Hey, there's one.
Yeah. But still, it wasn't a combo. I mean, like in like neutral.
Oh, you mean just the dive kick? Okay.
Yeah, we're mostly just doing the flies or teleport. But we haven't really gotten too much of the actual dive kicks to try to get in.
Right now, maybe not feeling the urgency. What with, well, you know, now the vacuum, but also the life lead. More than happy to just sit there, is willing to spin that meter for some chips, for some pressure. Get off of me. Get off of me. We are Brave Counter trading in Big 2025. I'm a fan. Not exactly the Brave Counter wars we had prior to, but
not at all, but even still. Super. Oh, no! DP to try to get through it as well. Take you over to the corner. You should be dead right here.
Absolutely. Spin the 100, right? You don't even need to.
Okay, yeah. I'm like, you're not gonna spend it? That okay, fine. Sure.
Yeah,
you know your damage.
Right, yeah, like they saw it, they knew. In my head, I'm like, blue stuff. Blue super right now. I'm not even thinking about it.
Nice spot dodge right there to get around the karma.
Absolutely. Now gonna be able to cash out on that situation. What I would say, if you were gonna be able to cash out on that situation, I'm leaving the corner taking pressure.
Yeah, a little unfortunate. Not an actual safe jump right there. However, look at this. Over to this corner. Has the SSBA available. Probably going to be taking... No, never mind. Setup.
Whoa. Okay, what a setup. But it was like the same situation that GBH had tried to create in the first round of the first game, where they were like, I'm going to set up my command grab and it's going to be great. And both players just ready with the jump.
Birds of a feather, you know? They always understand.
So, going to be able to kind of wrest their momentum back, even with that failed setup. Get off of me. Okay.
Life is still even, partly just because, you know, Abel spending so much health. You gotta think. You need to get your turn. This is the best way to do it with the crouch as well.
Gonna build 100 meter here too. This is gonna be quite a bit of pain. Not gonna go for a setup, just gonna go ahead and drop it, because why not? It's enough to kill.
Yeah, you need it as well. Now, one round away from nearsighted. Can they finish it off? They've been really trying to go for this 5U on round start nearly every time. It's not been working out for them. Oh, I guess that was L Karma, so not much push. I always get it wrong.
It's just the same thing in reverse, you know?
Exactly. Oh, whiff on the dive kick, but you know what? It's got low recovery. I can still press.
I'm going to be pressing GBH all the way to the corner. Whoa, just the meaty.
Oh, great jump on the command grab.
You're not dead. I'm scared to say it. Okay, yeah. Like, you shouldn't be dead, but now you... Okay. Sure.
I don't think they had the meter to go for the U Chaos Caliber. Very low,
here.
Pixel. Yeah.
Yeah, I like it.
I mean, it would have been a hard read to go for a spot dodge in a situation like that. Although I guess it would have kind of made sense, because at that point, wow. Actually catching the teleport with the stomp right there.
Jeez.
Hey, that stopped me in my tracks.
Yeah, though, that was ready for it. That was all kinds of Keikaku. Hold down that.
That is one of the nice things about Beelzebub. Having the auto combo mix, when he has a special move that actually hits low, you kind of do have to hold a bit of a little mix-up situation just for triple attack.
Don't want to be caught with anything that matters. Will absolutely take the overhead every time. However, things not panning out for nearsighted right this second. Going to have to answer back here. Gbhforever now turning the tables is going to be the one on match point.
Corner not looking good. Life is super low. Nearsighted. Are you dead? I don't think so.
It's all. A lot of this is in the air, but okay, gonna go for the karma setup. You have to watch Chip like something crazy. He has 50 meter. It could just be you dying. Yeah, I mean, you have to make a decision. You have to make a decision. So, Bellfoyboi.
Oh my goodness! It's actually, which flavor temp is this? Is this the? This has to be either like the evil temp, the real temp, the temp the zoner.
It's temp playing Gran, so probably not the zoner one, but also maybe the zoner.
Fireballs can always zone, you know.
Fire, yeah, that's. I guess we'll have to see.
I've seen Ryu's.
Like, he does do that, doesn't he? From time to time, when he's not
fireball,
hitting you like a grown
DP.
man.
Exactly.
That guy hits like 3 trucks.
Not even in succession, just all at the same time.
Yeah, no, 3 trucks simultaneously, like coming from different crossway or different intersections, all to hit you.
It's a collision course. You just gotta deal with it.
Right now, TeMP not doing much in the way of throwing fireballs. Trying to get their offense started, but Bellfoyboi, gosh, that character does a lot of damage. Boom,
Talk about that. Not even gonna need super or anything. Still already gone. Very nice first round.
Trucks.
Yeah. Like, gotta worry about the Ford F-150 at this point.
Yeah, like that is a serious concern. Bellfoyboi driving it like it's all he's driven, all he's trained in. All right, but TeMP now gonna go ahead and charge. More than happy to just throw out the Reagan Laves. And now has the corner to himself, has corner position, and is even gonna find the conversion. This is gonna do quite a bit of damage. You are in the Granblue zone.
And there's the other truck.
Yeah.
Oh no.
We are now putting nitrous on the truck, though.
Now you really gotta worry.
Oh no,
every hit. Oh man. Very, very nice right there for Bellfoyboi. And Berserker Swordman, thank you for the resub.
Dope.
Love to see it.
66M. I love that button.
I'm surprised I didn't actually get a comment for that.
Yeah, no. Gonna get interrupted on the punch there, Volcano. Bellfoyboi going to have to find their way out, but has shown that they're a master at doing that in more than one match. So escaping the corner, not a big deal. Let's go back to neutral. Okay. Oh, nice.
Oh, this is not a good spot for Bellfoyboi. You can eat a ton of damage right here into the super. That's gonna be throw range.
Has to watch for the strike throw situation. More than happy to spend some resources getting into showing discipline, not pressing a throw button or any button on the backdash. Wow, you just died.
That's so unfortunate right there. Just trying to shimmy something. And an attempted BC becomes a great Raging Strike.
That's amazing.
Really can't afford to lose this round right here. Has to make the reverse sweep if they want to make it.
This is a good start to taking the round, but okay, yeah, you can definitely take this. Don't believe that you can kill. You definitely cannot kill, but you will make it get to the round.
There we go. Perfect for TeMP. Yeah, let's go.
I wasn't even paying attention to the life like that, but Bellfoyboi going to have to answer that back. It's interesting to see the real tech there.
Oh.
Okay. TeMP now coming alive. Real tech once again. I wonder if that'll come into play at some point.
Possibly, but once again, another one of those shimmies. I'd be a little scared after last time.
Yeah. Oh! That was supposed to be ult Reagan Lave. Did not work out. Now
I feel like that was actually misinput. Probably wanted ult DP.
DP for sure.
But either way, good job for TeMP taking this over to the corner and getting the round, getting the game, tying us up one apiece.
Believe in victory. Battle one.
Right. Oh, the chat says they want Gran, so TeMP going to be doing their absolute best to represent the man.
People do love this main character right here.
Yeah.
And for good reason. He's pretty cool. Especially once you get that blade level 2, now you gotta worry. Every hit's gonna be scary.
Crazy. That's okay. A nice get big on him. Here we go.
Now you, especially losing the level, that's unfortunate. Oh no, wait a minute. This is a lot of damage. Take yours to the corner.
An incredible amount of damage. You will guess for this round. Get off of me. I'm more than happy to come off the BP. Do not get unchecked. I'm not super concerned about that. I'm more concerned about the chip, though. because that you're entering that territory. Never mind, you got your jaw broke.
Wow, I'm surprised about that far H. That was not really a good spacing to press that. I was honestly just seeing TeMP back away. I thought, okay, they're going to try to go for a DP on reaction to something. Either way, in this corner once again, try to bait something out, but not working.
Overhead, nice block.
Here we go. To the corner.
Blue, yeah, absolutely gonna take that corner situation. We love that. Charging. Blade level's gone, but that's all right. Still have that positioning on screen. This could be a great situation. Get off of me.
There's gonna be a factor real soon. 2U to go under the button.
2U is crazy. Have not seen that button this entire set, I think.
I mean, it's still such a great button. That thing low profiles a lot of different things. And especially for Soares, I'm pretty sure it would low profile his far medium. Oh, attempted another 2U, but no cancel as well, so kind of risky there.
Try and take a turn back. Try and stop any false pressure. It's going to work out just fine for TeMP. Corner situation. The armpits are getting sweaty now. You might die. Gonna get 50 meter here. How will you spend it? Ult DP. Not enough to kill. What's up? The throw. What? Okay. Get off.
Needs a little bit more. Don't DP TeMP. But watch out about Raging Strike. Oh, no, the 2U's gonna get caught by the 2U. TeMP is gonna lose the round and lose the set.
Bellfoyboi victory.
Honestly, I like it. If they ever add the Divine General Cow, like, it's over.
Yeah, he has to like never lose, right? Like that's just a matchup he never. It could be Evo Grand Finals. You just win that matchup. You have to. You're the cow hunter, or at least it'll be a good narrative.
Exactly.
But first, you gotta slay a guy.
Yeah. Proteus currently on this Versusia, no longer living the low life on the vein. Has decided, you know what? Winning sounded good.
I just know there were so many nights of upset. This character this, and this character that. And they're like, you know what? Forget it. I'm just going to play top, like, 3 or whatever. I know that because I've been there. Good for Proteus.
Let's see it.
Sitting
Wasn't the right choice. I honestly, yeah, that's a lot of grinding too. Like nearly 6k gems? That's a lot.
Man. It's looking like it's paying off so far, right?
I wish it was me actually. I wish I could grind rank like that.
That's I couldn't say the same. I couldn't do it.
Wow, actually good to know that Sandalphon's H Fireball goes past the H Fireball from Versusia.
Yeah. Proteus, not at all bothered by anything Sandalphon is bringing to offer. Even with that knowledge, the Psycho Crusher is going to kill you.
Should, yeah. Should it? No, actually.
Just barely not.
I was like, for a moment, I'm like, I don't think it actually does, but I'm like, I'm gonna trust you. You know, it's fine.
No, don't trust me. I'm so bad at Will It Kill. I'm so bad at Will It Kill.
Battle 1.
My score on Will It Kill is like dead even, I feel.
Hey, that's something.
I mean, 50% win rate, that's honestly pretty good. I feel like, you know, I won't rank up in Granblue, but maybe that would get me something in Street Fighter.
That 50% is what that's what games aim to put you at. So yeah, that is perfect. In Street Fighter, you would definitely hit Master. I think you only need like a 45% win rate or something.
That's interesting.
But right this second, Cow Hunter going to be able to play the game a little bit. Let's see, what are you gonna do now? Block that Brave counter to start with. Nah, not this time.
Yeah, you know, probably thinking okay, it's Sandalphon. They want to keep their plus frames. They're probably going to go for H Fireball. This is going to go through it. And Cow Hunter was just waiting. Like, there was no need to really be aggressive there. Just kind of wait things out. It was all on Proteus to try to be reactive.
Now you do have to make a decision. If you don't do anything, Cow Hunter just sits there and like harasses you for a while. You have no screen to look back on. Cow Hunter now looking very comfortable in this matchup. Love using that far L. Okay, what's up? Gonna test your defense a little bit. Not too bothered, Cow Hunter.
Right now, Cow Hunter doesn't need to go in, but unfortunately getting hit by that pillar. Chip is starting to add up. Gotta watch out.
Yeah, I was gonna say, every bit of chip makes this a little bit more urgent for Cow Hunter, but that, a fireball landing like that is pretty good news. Wow! Wow!
Great hit for Cow Hunter. And they're gonna be taking a game, taking it to one set apiece.
Believe in victory.
Wow.
Battle 1. Engage.
Honestly, I forget that you can still kind of hit her even when she's like technically not on the screen.
Same. Like in the moment, I would not have remembered Cow Hunter doing far better than I would have. That's definitely doing a very good job of commanding that mid-range space as best they can with those normals.
I mean, Sandalphon does have a really good far H that just kind of helps in a lot of these situations. So, yeah, not too surprised at finding those. Wow, actually the drop right there on the hit grab. So unfortunate. Good try on the shimmy.
A bit too much discipline is what I would say if they weren't dead for hitting a button there.
Yeah, sometimes it's like, you then realize, oh, that's why you're being patient.
Yeah.
Granted, did have a good amount of BP to work with, so possibly could have seen a BC or even DP. I feel like we haven't actually seen any UDPs coming through from Proteus.
Yeah, no. I think I've only seen H1s into like air buttons. So
Yeah.
has not shown that option just yet. Could come to be a factor, but doesn't have much time left to establish that. A little bit more now if you like kill him.
Oh no, but the drop.
Oh, what?
Again.
Oh, okay, sure.
That's just for more mental damage, you know? It's like,
Yeah, it was all on purpose.
yeah, drop the combo, just spot dodge the BC. It's fine, it works, yeah. Now they're
Absolutely.
really flustered.
All your techniques didn't work on me. Now what will you do? Cow Hunter, will you flounder? Probably not.
I cannot believe they got through that orb as well. Still getting that hit. Very nice. There's the DP. Oh no, the one time. We can go.
That's so unfortunate. Like, what can you do? Like, he's just ready for it. What can you even do? What can you say? You can't be mad about that. I mean, you can be, but like, you know, it be that way. Still, there's game left to play. Not
For
dead
how
yet.
long? Looking so low on life. You don't got any meter. You gotta throw. Spending the 5U. I wonder if they thought that they didn't have the crest up.
Off of me. Careful, dude. That's a big likely for Kalman.
Watch out for anything. And there's the 2U into the fireball. And Cow Hunter is going to be taking it 2-1. Rina versus Sploot. Vera versus Charlotta.
Rina versus Blue. Now, I definitely seen Rina's name in the V record. So, well aware of the fact that they are quite mighty. Blue, I've just seen him pass. And I obviously also like
Believe in victory.
stupid good.
Battle 1. Engage.
Also,
Both
I'm
players have been here for quite a while, and as far as I know, both are quite loyalist for their characters. We've been on this Charlotta for quite a while, and I don't think I'll ever like stop hearing Rina talk about Vera. It's every time.
sounds like Rina has great taste. Veer is kind of one of the best. Not the best, but one of the best. Not having a great time right now, though. Bad day.
If she heard you say one of...
Yes, it would be over for me, huh?
Yeah, you'd be scrapping at this point.
That's crazy. That's crazy. I'm sorry. Like, Vegeta's just the GOAT.
Dang.
It's unfortunate. Here we go. We love that M Scarlet Oath. Ay!
Getting hit by the 30-frame command grab.
It's so slow. But, like, because it's so slow, it's just, like, not on your mind all the time.
Because you always think, it's 30 frames, I can press on it. It's like, no, try to jump it instead. Ooh!
Yeah, that's a transformed 2-1-4-U.
And a 2H. Beautifully done by Rina right there. Taking the round.
Sitting on the chair, sitting on nothing. Fierce. Serves.
Plus frames. There we go.
Yeah, plus. Pressing on those plus frames, probably expecting the command grab. Just something fake, but now you're going to have to hold a heck of a lot of damage into... Oh my goodness.
And there's the command grab again.
Oh, goodness, that's tough. All right, here we go. Blue now getting able to play the game a little bit. Going back to the corner. Judgment Rays coming out. Blocked in the air.
Didn't punish in time.
Yeah,
no!
I was gonna say, no punish is crazy. Was probably trying to do EX to Arcane there. Didn't quite have the cooldown back, though. Has to deal with Charlotta damage.
One more?
What?
Ooh. Even with the mix-up, just missed the meaty. So unfortunate right there for Sploot, but good job for Rina. Gonna be taking the first game.
Golly gee willikers. That was pretty good. Happy to see it.
Golly gee, Batman, I've never seen that one before.
Among my favorites. Sweet Sassy Molassie, Golly gee. There's another one I use a lot. I can't remember it right now. I use it at work, though. That sucks. This is exactly where you don't want to get hit.
Ooh, big counter hit. You building up the meter. Do you spend it for the transformation?
100. Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, and
Yeah,
the
go
ult
ahead.
check
You're
as
gonna-
well. 0 BP now for Sploot. That's gonna be safe, right?
Safe. Yeah, that's so safe. You're just not dead. Didn't spin the EX Darkane there. Or didn't use the EX Darkane.
I think even any EX probably would have been able to get around.
Yeah.
Brother, the close light? The close light anti-air?
Okay.
Gotta love it.
Okay. Okay.
I don't think I've seen that ever happen from Charlotta before.
That's nuts.
Well, I did not think that the DP would hit that
The
low too.
DP and the round start DP no less. See,
Yeah.
we talked about earlier. There are certain things you can do where I'm like, okay, you just win. You probably just win the set. Yeah, and it's looking like if you can just do that, if you're feeling it like that, then you probably win here, man. That'll do. That'll do.
And that's going to be Rina taking it. Has always been repping this 2B, but it's crazy to think Yoru's scoreline was 10-3. And they're in the loser side.
Yo, it's been kind of like, it's been stacked. I'm sorry, when I said Yoru on the 2B question mark, it was more, I hadn't seen 2B today.
True, actually.
I know this character's not bad. Also, she's from my favorite game of all time, bar none. But I was prepared to not see her today, so I'm excited to see her and not be the one fighting her. But someone has to fight Yoru. That guy went on a tear. It's Tubbie gets the honor, so let's see if they can put an end to the run here.
And now I'm also seeing this is actually a run back from the latter portion where Yoru actually did win 2-1 against Tubbie. So we're going to see if they can keep this up. However, you know, top 8, first to 3. There's a lot more time to actually go and figure things out.
What I was going to say, if you lost the latter portion, like, that's just recon. Who cares, right? You're here now. Like, they won then, you win now. So, what did you learn from the latter portion is the question. Boom, boom, get the throw.
Dude, I gotta mention. No way. On the far light with 0
That's
DP?
what I did. I was like,
You're dead?
people do crazy things in Granblue top 8.
I was gonna say, because like you mentioned that before, and this time we had seen Tubbie do 2 like U lightnings in the air. One of them catching out the 2-2L, the other one just catching a jump button. I'm like, dude, these crazy decision makings are like amazing. They're really working out. And then that happened. Dude, it's already so fast. And just, again, another one. Just keep going. The pressure is so nice. And the pot is even nicer. Hella Zach putting an extra $50 into the pot. Thank you so much. We're now up to $113 here. These gamers are going to be fighting for their lives now and for the money.
Oh, that's a crazy situation. Yeah, no, like Dana White said, if you pay them, they will bleed.
Yeah.
I don't like that guy very much, but he was right.
He makes good points at times.
Sometimes,
Very,
like,
very little
stop
times,
clocks
but
or whatever. Yeah. You paid them. They're going to fight a lot harder with that 113.80 in the pot.
Wow.
H dive? Okay. We love that. Yeah, no, that was sure. Tubbie going to be going ahead and taking a round for themselves. Yoru Sensei going to answer back. Not going to feel too pressured to do so. Immediately has at least 3 games to play with, but you don't really want to go down in this set at this level. At any level, but especially not at this one. If there's anyone that knows how to hold onto a lead, it's a high-level Gran.
Dude, this is so insane. This is the first time I've ever seen a round like this. Tubbie did not use the dragon at all.
Yeah, it was all normals and specials, wasn't it?
Yeah, no dragon whatsoever. That's wild. I don't think I've seen a Zooey actually able to do that before.
Oru trying to start the answer, trying to start the rebuttal. They can do it. This corner situation is looking quite fortuitous for them.
Okay. Backing away. Tried Raging Strike. I would have expected a 2H instead. Pressing, not allowing Tubbie to get a reset or anything.
Carry situation. Combo limit is reached, but only 1 hit left to go up or go up around rather.
0 BP here as well.
Yeah,
Good amount of damage.
The up check plus the mental stack attack. Can you get the Grand Order? Doesn't even want it. Was just going to go for a setup into throw, but I don't think so. Pod.
Very good DP right there for Yoru. Bit of a risky situation, but I mean, you kind of think at that moment Tubbie's probably going to still be very aggressive, considering, you know, really low on life. They kind of need to stay going.
Rock, Dragon. I don't know if Yorha was trained to answer fire-breathing lizards. This isn't exactly a robot, not a machine life form for you to take apart. Yoru Sensei learning that the hard way right now. Get off of me. More than happy to take the bad break. Dive. Just gonna far L again. Still, Yoru Sensei getting the better of the class situation. He's not really able to make anything of it, but gonna go straight into the super here.
Getting rid of all the BP, setting this really low. However, Tubbie kind of lower on damage. I don't think that she'll really be able to kill, even if she finds a good hit.
That won't happen.
Battle 3. Engage.
Oh, nice dive. Anti-air dive. Get your pressure started. if nothing else, gonna get a BP off the side of Yoru Sensei. But now Yoru able to run that strike throw. Real tech coming out. Batter up.
Excellent.
Go. Still. BC, get out of the corner. He's got a good amount of life that they have to make up.
I don't know if they'll get the chance.
I don't think so either. There it is. Yoru tying up the games.
Believe in victory. Battle 1. Engage.
Okay, H dive. We have now seen that twice. More than happy to anti-air H dive. We'll just throw it out there. Pod. Damage. Now we're just gonna run that strike throw. I love stagger 5Ls. It's my favorite thing to do in any game.
Nice DP, gets out of the corner at the very least.
Double jump, nice block on the Brave counter. A free VP off the table. Tubbie. In their own is Yoru Sensei, but nice use of the pod explosion, just going to be able to kill here.
You know, I kind of like it there. The last few times that we'd seen the 2-2L pods, you know, Tubbie was doing the air spinning slash every time. But that time it was on cooldown, didn't really have to worry about it. Just go in for the 2-2L. Get your plus frames, try to go in.
Absolutely. Good way, did a good job of managing their opponent's cooldown. And, yeah, well, yeah, just cooldown.
Wow,
Cooldown's
the double jump.
The DP's gonna come out. I'm leaving the corner for free. Not for free, but for 50 meters. Drop the hammer. Yoru Sensei try and carry to the corner. Got just about there. Finished the rest of the block string, but going to give up that positioning. Watch that. The unk check is super good when you have other things on the mental stack.
There we go. Tubbie taking that round there. Man, it is really nice. It's a strong thing to have, especially when you have that lightning set up. And especially when your opponent has no BC. Because we've been seeing so many of them come through from Yoru, like immediately after round start. They get the plus frames from the air spinning slash, Yoru's BC. Like, eventually you'll run out, and it really opens you up to these Raging Strike checks.
Absolutely, BC is incredibly potent, but it is not free. You get 3 of those. You need to be careful about how you use them. You definitely need to keep in mind the damage, and like you said, the Raging Strike. It's slow, but if you're not thinking about it, if you're not ready for it, then it could be as fast as anything else. You're getting hit. Yoru Sensei, speaking of, sitting on absolutely no BP. That's still on 1. Put out the lightning. Are you thinking about it? It doesn't matter.
Yeah. Honestly, I was expecting at certain points, okay, we might just see a DP come through from Yoru at that point, but no, just holding on to the meter, just not wanting to spend it like that. Possibly thinking, okay, I want to find a hit and go for SSBA to get rid of their diamonds, get myself closer to taking the round. Might have been too risky there.
Dies rich instead.
You can't take that to the next round?
Yeah, like you can't take it with you, so spend it here. That's exactly what I was gonna say. You know, they're better than either one of us.
Very true.
I will be measured in my criticism.
Hey, you know what? Nah, I'm him. I can definitely say that.
But you're him? Okay. Talk it.
Exactly.
I'm not mad at you. Me, I'm not that brave.
Oh, back throw. Watch out. Yeah.
That's a really crappy situation.
Because you had to think there's also chip on the table. You don't really want to hold stuff like that.
Gonna be in the corner. Caught. Hand cookie jar.
Yeah, and once again, this time, Tubbie did not have the air spinning slash there, so gotta watch out.
Caught the crossover with the light button. The damage isn't going to be as astronomical as it would have been in a corner, but it's still not great. Perfect.
That's going to be Yoru tying up the games extremely fast right there.
Believe in victory. Battle 1.
Let's see how this one goes. Can Tubbie just calm down a little bit? Or they just going to get throw baited again and again?
It's hard to calm down when she's running at you like that. She is fast moving in those heels, man.
Exactly.
60 miles an hour type beat. And you're just trying to figure out what you need to do next. I'm not surprised Grab came out. Tubbie, though, is paying for that crime. Going to be in the corner. Originally walking back and forth. Maybe thinking about blue DP. It's not going to come. Going to, yeah, nice block on the Brave countering. Slowly, Tubbie's running out of options in this round, but not dead yet, which means you can still win. 40%, 41% meter on their side. Careful. All right, blue dive is in play. That's even better.
Wow. Still traded, so they couldn't get the most out of it, but at the very least, gets the corner. Beautiful 2H right there for Yoru. And now they're going to be sitting on set point.
Battle 2.
Oru looking to close this out and continue their tear, but watch the shield.
Go frame trap.
Paladin. Oh no. Oh no. One-sided round so far. What's Yoru got on Wake Up?
Trying to go for a throw, but still not in the best spot. DP, just keep the corner right here. Tubbie finds the hit. Gonna be taking the round. Final game, final round right here. You really gotta think, what can really be changed here? Yoru has really been working out with a lot of these throw baits, so possibly needs to go for a lot more of these, but once they get put in the corner, it seems like their defense has really been crumbling. They need to get the momentum going fast.
Absolutely. Yoru doing a good job. Going for the throws now. Has conditioned the throw baits probably over the past 5 games. So now feels comfortable just going for the throw. Understanding that Tubbie will likely go ahead and respect that as an option. Nice double jump. Going to a perfect for the last round.
Yeah, great double jump.
That's cashing out on something you set up. But we're right back into it. Chris versus Dragalia.
Yeah, you had to think that was just the first set of the night. We still got more stuff. Now, these two, we did not mention much of them during the latter portion because it didn't seem like, you know, they had the top scores in the moment. But they were grinding so many games. Chris got in with 10-5, and Dragalia went in with a massive 12-6. Straight up, both of these two were playing a ton of games. 18 games on the side of Dragalia and still going through for more. I don't know if these two even played. No, they actually did not play during the latter portion, so this is the first time they're meeting tonight. Just as like we saw before during the latter portion, Dragalia is still playing as aggressive as always, getting so much damage here for one really good counter hit.
Amazing. Chris now going to be trying to answer back. Dragalia already won up on the board in terms of rounds. What do you have? What's your answer to this? Now that you're going to game 2, what's your answer to this? Because that was, not gonna lie, hypersonic speed.
Believe in victory.
So in these kind of situations, you have to be thinking, how can I slow the game down? I can't play at Dragalia's pace, so you really need to find a way to just slow him down, make sure that he's having to really worry about your options. But when you're playing Nier, you can't really afford to do that. A lot of these times, you know, death is temporary. As funny as that sounds.
That's what I'm saying. That's crazy. Combo limit's nuts, by the way.
Yeah, that's going to be a big hit. This is going to be a lot of damage you throw into the SSBA. Unfortunately, doesn't finish the combo. 3 stocks still left. If they find one good hit, they could go into the SSBA, but they don't.
Very.
A little bit more.
Don't want to let Dragalia free. Wow! Armor, DP.
That was crazy. Delay off the transient into DP. I cannot believe that.
Something that
we
makes
go.
him one of the best. Able to go ahead and right the wrongs of the past. Not just able to play from ahead, but able to salvage a bad situation. And now, optimizing the pain that they're putting Grisk in. This is ridiculous.
Yeah.
Somebody stop her.
I don't think you can. Right now, Grisk has not been able to show anything during the neutral game. He's even going back to the room right now just to take a moment. I don't know. I don't think Grisk will change characters. Never mind. We are seeing a character swap. We're seeing the Seox come through for Grisk. A character I don't think I've seen them play in, like, at the very least, if I have, it's been quite a while. But yeah, just believing, you know, Seox can probably play at this kind of pace and do really well. Nier's not going to be an option against Dragalia. But now you only have this one game to really work with. You have to try to go for a full reverse sweep, and that's going to be risky.
Having to go ahead and bank on the Seox pick. You're really going to have to believe in it, but so far I can see why you might. Go ahead and spend it, sure. Get the brave point.
A lot of damage. Nice hold. Oh my goodness. Baiting out the BC. Try to bait out another one, even though Dragalia had 0, but good job for Grisk.
Alright.
Already seemingly able to play at this kind of speed. And that's exactly what you need right here for Grisk. There we go. Take this over to the corner. Nice block.
Very counter. I don't want anything to do with that. Okay. For sure we take the throw, especially in the corner.
Wow. Great press. Tried to go for a throw bait. Not working out. Big. Oh, actually didn't get that to combo. A little bit more. If Grisk can find a hit into SSBA, I think it's over, but unfortunately the flip is just going to be getting over that far H. Dragalia now on set point.
Battle 3. Engage.
Let's see if Grisk can still answer back. If you can take a round, you can take the game.
One throw. Do it again.
Go ahead for pressure there. Nice. Okay.
Honestly, nice press on the transient.
Absolutely. Just
At least get the
slap her
cooldown
out
off.
Oh,
We're getting a little too far heavy happy.
Dragalia. There, you're coming down to the wire. No one has any. Everyone will die if they get hit. Everyone's pretty fragile. Hey, look! Bounce. Yep. Wait a minute. No way!
How did it drop? It looked like the Gated Demons went straight through. Up to this winner's side, we're gonna be having Ryazo and Wacky Pie. Should be fairly nice. But man, Seox versus a zoner. Seox can kind of be eating. Like, this character kind of, yeah, he kind of feels like he was built for it. You know,
Yeah.
empty hand, really good way of getting in. Really just kind of allows you to run a game plan that, you know, zoners are not a fan of.
Right. No, yeah. I mean, at the end of the day, like, if anybody can get it done, it'll be Wacky Pie. But yeah, the way you explain it is the way that it is. It's not the best situation. It's not going to be Fairy's favorite situation. But right now, navigating it quite well. Already a corner situation. Put out the ball. Get rid of the brave point. And now you can throw out GG once more. So, gonna have to make some risky decisions in order to make this round work for him.
But not quite. Still that far L doing really nicely there.
Battle 2.
What a button.
Now, there's other things I can think about for this matchup that Seox can actually do. As we saw, you know, has a parry, but can also dash out of the parry. So if Ryazo finds a good time to go for that parry, and Ryazo takes, if Wacky Pie hits it, they can just go in, they take a lot of distance, and really try to start running their plan. but so far has been having a hard time finding their hits. Or at least it's the Gate of Demons.
Man, right now, Gbhforever doing a really good job navigating this matchup. Like, if Ryazo gets in, it's just gonna, it is just a mess, but Gbhforever, oh, yeah, if you jump at me, this is gonna happen, but that was definitely a cancel. Was thinking about just that. Get on the side with the ball. This is my strong set. Gbhforever gonna be sitting on no meter after that. That's good news for Ryazo, but still going to need to try and find some way in. No brave points on Gbhforever's side. No super to get them back. That blue DP is real good though. Uh-oh.
Does that land?
That's real.
It does.
Yeah, that definitely lands.
Wait, no cinematic?
No cinematic though, which means you live.
I cannot believe at that range you don't get a cinematic. That just, I don't know, that seems a bit wild to me.
Is a little bit insane and a lot of unfortunate because I'm sure Ryazo was banking on the cinematic as well. That would have definitely been what it took. But now going to have to fight from that game deficit. Still, when you're as good as basically all of these people, that's not new to you. You've been in these situations before. Not exactly sweating it just yet. Get off of me.
Nice. Good way to get in. There's one throw. Try it again? No. Possibly waiting for Gbhforever to go for a DP. Instead, going to be using the orb. Thankfully, Seox doesn't have the worst of times dealing with it, but if you still get lassoed, that's going to be a good amount of damage. That interaction really going to be taking it. There it is.
Gbhforever looking really good. Nice 2M.
Battle 2.
The walk up 2M.
What? Whiff punish on the far light?
Yeah.
I never thought I'd see it.
It's super important and super annoying to have to do.
There we go. Ryazo really getting a good lead. But the back throw incident, this is a big problem. Into the throw, that's a lot of damage.
That parry was such a good idea, except that Gbhforever was ready for it. I understand. GG's coming out. No super out this time. Perhaps did not quite trust it. Jump off the wall. GG's gonna catch. You're gonna die here. 2-0 up, Gbhforever.
Gbhforever's so good with this. It's honestly still so crazy to see how well they have a read on Ryazo's defensive habits, and then as well just really just good at always keeping the zoning pressure.
Absolutely. Just like matchup's not easy, but clearly practiced at it. The space control is masterful. Just knows where to stand. Like that blue Berserker barrage, not a bad plan at all. Gbhforever though, just ready for it. Sitting at that perfect range, I can react, I can block, I can do absolutely nothing. And now with this life lead, doesn't really have to do all that much. GG's out. Ooh, here we go. Ryazo, the chance to play the way they want to for the first time in this set.
Yeah, but I mean, even still, has to make such a big life lead.
SSBA. It could happen. It could unhand me.
That was a very risky jump because Iago does have that 50 meter. You could just see a UDP at any point.
Get him, Beppo. Okay, gonna take the throw. I don't disagree. Throw again. You can't take
it this time. Ooh, chip is gonna be a factor.
Ooh, nice.
Beautifully done. Just knew that they were out of range for that 2U. Just could go in with the 6th claw execution. Wow.
Gbhforever now in the corner. This is more of what you were talking about in the beginning. More of how this matchup is expected to go. Ryazo not looking like he's gonna let himself get 3-0. This is going to be the meter expenditure into a safe jump setup should he want it. Yes, sir.
Makes sense. Since Gbhforever did have full meter and still had some BP.
Absolutely. Definitely. Take your safe jump. Wacky Pie now going to need to make up this life deficit as his owner, but doing a good job if you keep getting counter hit. Not gonna go for the overhead. That's crazy. Reactable chip is nuts, though. No dip on the chip. Throw it out there. I'm gonna air stall. Wow.
That's insanely well done by Ryazo. That was so cool to look at. Yo. Wow, great air stall with that Gate of Demons. I'm stunned by that. That was so cool. And that's exactly what they needed in that moment too. They could not afford to get hit by that, and if they did, that would have been 3-0, I feel.
100%. Absolutely, that would have been the set. Ryazo gonna get on the board here. Blue Berserk Barrage not gonna do what he needs to do. Hold this orb. Oh, dumb.
Oh, the throw into the orb!
Oh, no. Oh, no.
It's so much damage.
That's a lot of pain. Yeah.
I don't remember if it's still the same, but I remember in Vanilla, if Fairy was able to combo into her throw, it was 0 scaling. So she just gets full damage after it. Just slowly judging, huh?
Yeah, like, anyway. Playing that game for my niece. I mean, I was there, but like, yo. Oh, Ryazo's dead, huh? That's actually it, huh? What a press under the pressure. Because at some point, it gets annoying to just auto-lose at character select. So you learn it, and you get really good at it. But speaking of people that are really good, Zane and Have a Nice Day are currently bringing the heat straight into it for this winter semifinals.
Now, these two did not actually meet in the latter portion at all, so this is the first time of the night. These two have definitely played before, and I'm fairly sure that Hava takes a decent amount of these whenever they do meet. However, the character choices almost always change. I feel like the last few times I've seen it, it's been on the Beatrix rather than on the Versusia, so that might make a difference.
Sure, we'll see exactly how much that changes things. If Zane's usually behind, starting this one pretty behind as well, but oh no, yeah, that's not a great situation.
No, but you know what is a good situation? The fact that we got an extra $50 in the pot thanks to Tuggernaut. Thank you so much. 163 in the bag right now. We're still trying to see who's going to be taking it all right now.
Zooey Mama, that is a lot of money.
That's the other one.
Yeah, that's the other one. Yeah, that's the one.
Wow. Really good damage coming through for Have a Nice Day. Doing extremely well. Still catching the spiral arrow.
Jeez, man. The catch to the run.
It's so crazy how dominant this character can really be. You would expect that it's like, okay, you know, Versusia a little bit on the slower side, should not really be able to keep Grimnir locked down for as long as she does, but this character extremely, extremely good when it comes to using these plus frames. A lot of projectiles, just lock people down. Heck, a lot of the damage here has even been chipped. Like, it's kind of crazy.
It's actually nuts. And like, you have your glyphs out. She's not in too much worse of a situation. Well, now the situation's pretty. Well, okay, not anymore. Just left the corner. I suppose I'll jump. Alright, but here comes Zane. Bounce off the wall. I love that we have our setups here, is what I would say if you had your setups here. Instead, what you have is you losing a lot of life. You're going through that corner, by the way. I'm sure you were aware, but this is how we learn.
Are you dead? There's no way, right?
No way.
Oh my goodness, you're dead. Nearly 50% for 100 meter and full corner carry. Love to see it. And I also love to see that we got an extra 32.20 onto the pot, putting us exactly at $200. And now we got a top 4 payout for our gamers. Thank you all so much. Thank you to... I cannot read that. My dyslexia is acting up, bro.
Maybe
Treason-van? Treason-van? Treason-van. Treason. Right? Please, I can't read.
I got you, man. I got you. Give me 1 second. Talk about the match. I'll check your pronunciation.
Still going through. Try to use the plus frames from the 5U. Try to set up seals, but the extra dash momentum from the, just the run-up for Versusia. Really getting far, catching out, and cashing out.
Yeah, I lied. I don't know what that is either. But thank you. Chorizo van. Yeah, no, that's crazy. Anyway, Grimnir is going to do a cinematic. I love cutscenes.
And with 0 BP now, Zane has an opportunity. Just has to really make this count. Find a good hit with the seals. No, go for a throw. One more. Try to bait throw. Fuzzy!
Oh, nice.
I wasn't even thinking about the fuzzy in that situation. Even I completely forgot. Yeah, that seal is right there, perfectly put right there. And I mean, Versusia is a tall character, so I think she actually gets fuzzy easier.
Yeah, it's definitely a Broly situation, or whatever. That is, I think, one of the few weaknesses on her character page is that can sometimes happen.
Yeah. It is.
I don't know how many characters it's like have super relevant for. I mean, Rising buttons in kill range are wow, Bodhisattva. Yeah.
Yeah. I know that there's a few characters that probably wouldn't generally be able to get a fuzzy, but can against Versusia.
No, no, yeah, that's so.
You decide you want to spot dodge the fireball, but that's obviously the wrong choice.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. That happens. But still, have a nice day. Gonna go up 2-0, feeling obviously very comfortable. I did say that it usually goes Hava's way, so Zane going to need to find some kind of answer here. But what do you have? Oh, man.
That's a crest up for Hava. Oh, just super dashes straight into the pillar. Unfortunately.
You dare check my advance? Advance has been checked. This is death. Spin the crusher. You can't take it with you, so give it to me.
That's now going to be set point right here for Have a Nice Day. Zane's just having such a hard time getting through this Versusia. This pillar's really going well, really stopping a lot of either, the fireballs or the seals. I mean, you really need that for Grimnir. You need that just to have a little bit of protection or time to set up. Or just even a way to move in.
Yeah, absolutely. It's like watching Hava just with Iron Tails over and over. Like in his face. It just speaks to the current the current situation of the match. It's gonna carry all the way to the corner naturally. As it should, of course. Of course. Not a great situation for Zane. Okay, gonna spin the blue tornado. Now I can start something. Block the BC. What do you have for him?
Honestly impressed that Zane was holding on to the BP the entire time there. Just wanting to hold it in case they get a hit, possibly go into the U Spiral Arrow. But at the same time, you don't have much of an opportunity right here.
Yeah,
there we go. Have a Nice Day. Gonna be taking it 3.
Gonna have to learn. Like, it has to be navigated one way or another, even if it is like complete dog crap.
Oh man. Getting on to our next set. It's gonna be Ryazo versus Yoru Sensei. I can't believe I messed up my wording there. Tongue twister for me. I don't know why. But so going on, Ryazo versus Yoru Sensei. Seox versus Tubbie. Let's see how this goes. It almost feels like it'd be a very similar situation to how we were talking about Fairy, You got these really big buttons, but you still got to worry about, you know, how Seox has very good ways of getting in, still has a parry that makes it so, you know,
Hey.
okay, you have 5H, but I'm here now. This is where I'm at.
Yeah, absolutely. But right now, maybe you're right, because as we said, when someone has a bad matchup against the character, they do a really good job at learning it. And right now, Yoru looks quite learned, enlightened, educated.
Battle 2.
Okay, how many more can we go through? How many synonyms we got?
I have a few more, but I have like 6 seconds to use them per event that happens on screen. It's because this game kind of goes a little bit fast. I run out of time pretty quickly.
It's honestly great to think that you run out of time before you run out of breath.
Hey, my lung capacity is amazing.
Me? I'm asthmatic. I can't.
I understand it.
Happens every time. Still though, it just means that all these sets and all these plays are even more breathtaking than before. Great job for Ryazo. We will take this round here.
Good answering back immediately. It does not take a game, just a round, for him to find a response to what Yoru's up to. Now, Yoru, you have it in.
That's all going to be about how you deal with the pressure. Seems like they're really wanting to go for the BC. Same for both players, actually. Ooh, nice little fuzzy mash. Just try to get out.
Side, drop the leg on the dome, but that's fine. Yoru gonna get the grab. Corner situation is just where you wanna be. If you're Yoru, not so much if you're Ryazo. This is gonna hurt quite a bit. Lots of damage coming in, and 1 BP on table. 0. Make that 0. Yoru Sensei taking game 1.
Yeah, and I understand it wanted to BC, try to get out of there. But yeah, just moving their hurt box back, getting the hit, and now we're going back to the room for just a moment.
Just select. Now, Ryazo did play a different character at level up for a while. I wish I remembered. Was it Catalina? It might have been Catalina that
they may have had a Catalina at the point. I mean, at that time, most people had a Catalina.
This was like
has
2
a Sandalphon, but dang.
Yeah, this was post patch. This was like 2 weeks ago.
Okay, I was thinking of the wrong tournament. Was it like Rumble or something? It may have been that. But yeah, I was also thinking that they do have an Anila, which
Anila, okay.
If they bring out the Anila, I'd be a little surprised.
Yeah, I don't foresee that. But going straight back into the Seox. I keep wanting to say 6. Straight back into the Seox. We'll see.
You're technically right on both.
Yeah, I know Mr. Announcer Man says the thing, but also I will see if the breather makes a difference here in how he answers Yoru.
There we go.
Berserker Barrage coming out. We love to see it. Ryazo going to get things started. Big counter hit. This is going to hurt just a little.
I think you can kill here. Yeah, builds the meter for the super. There we go. Yeah, this is one of those situations where Seox can just get in extremely fast against Tubbie, and so, you know, it becomes really, really difficult. Ryazo, I feel like it's starting to use BC in a more aggressive way. Just, you know, I want to try to keep my turn. I don't want you to get things started. Catching the startup of Empty Hand?
Crazy. Yoru going to feel pretty good about that, and this is a great way to get things started. Real tech coming from Ryazo, and now I get to play.
Will go all the way to the other corner from a really good air-to-air option. Let's see.
Oh. The Your Hot Dash into a low. This is going to be a little bit painful. Get him, Pods.
Right, gets by the hammer, but just the run under. This character's still extremely fast. You got to watch out about that all the time.
Jesus, man.
Now this is also another really big thing. Yoru is extremely fast when it comes to their strike though. They will also go for it a lot. Meaning a lot of the times that Ryazo would probably want to go for a parry in these kind of situations, you gotta watch out because Yoru's wanting to dash in, wants to get a throw, or get a low like this time and put you in a really bad situation where you have to guess.
Absolutely, and with the tools his character brings to the table, that run speed and the double jump and hover, the strike throw is kind of a little bit crazy. Yeah, just gonna not be there. It goes kind of a little bit crazy, so it definitely complements Yoru's play style. It just makes it so much more threatening, and we can see going 2-0 up against Ryazo, threatening to remove him from the tournament, actually. Yoru's sweep is real. It could be real. It might not be real now that you said it, but it could be real.
It's entirely possible. We'll see if you made the script or not.
Watch.
Nice, all the way to the corner.
Pop. Agree.
TP, okay. What a backdash right there. Great read. I mean, as I said before, Yoru, very aggressive with their throws and their throw baits, so not too uncommon to do that.
Yeah, absolutely. That is 100% on the table. Yoru and Ryazo are definitely going to be aware, and Yoru's going to have to be aware of the threat that comes with that, because sometimes it puts you in situations like this. Ryazo taking the first round of Game 3.
Ooh, just slide in, go for that 2L. She may not have 6XL, but I mean, her dash 2L is still very strong.
They're pretty good. Very, very good. Gonna get the Brave counter off of Ryazo. Getting a Brave point off is not a bad situation. Canceled Vega jump. So good. Dash.
It's really good it's just good to catch people who may be trying to walk back, trying to get out of Tubbie's range. It's a good reminder that, hey, I can still snipe you.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's also good for throw baits like that. Still not enough to kill.
Oh,
great hit for Ryazo.
Okay, a throw. Yeah, you're naturally going to take those. If there's another one, will you take it? That was probably a throw tech attempt. So no. What did we learn from that? Who knows, but now Yoru on match point.
Battle 3. Engage.
Pa.
There you go.
Ryazo not worried about the pod tricks. He's gonna go ahead and do some serious damage. Coast to coast.
Yeah, unfortunate that it pushed out of the corner, but still really nice right here for Ryazo. They can just make this work. Baits out the DP as well.
No way.
This should be a kill. This should be Ryazo on the board now, 1-2.
Absolutely, the reversal wake up Dosido going the way of Ryazo this time. But all you need is one to get things started. Ryazo answering some questions will need to be the person to ask them still going up these next 2 games, because there's no time to be on the back foot.
You really got to think as well. Both these players right now are trying to get into the loser semifinals. That sets you in for at least 4th place, which is going to be in the money. So you're really wanting to get that now.
They can make happen right now. Ryazo making a good case for why he should get in the dough. But Yoru, not quite dead, not quite out of this, even remotely, with an additional game to play, even should this one go south. This round certainly has.
Yeah, Ryazo playing a lot faster now, and really just starting to force Yoru to play a bit differently on defense.
With me, okay, Yoru now going to be I foresee using Brave Counter as aggressively as possible. Likely not super interesting. Nice parry. I completely forgot about that. Never mind. I have
There's
one
the parry.
too.
Yeah, mentioned that at the start of this set. You got to think about the parry being able to reposition Seox very fast. And still, Yoru getting the options here. Yeah, should be a kill, especially with that 1 BP. There we go. Once again, Yoru, set point right here.
Battle 3. Engage.
Okay. This is gonna be tough. Ryazo definitely, probably, I mean, if you ever look at his face, it's probably cool as a cucumber right now. But this is a scary situation still. Nothing left to lose except the match. Not really interested in doing that though. Oh my god!
Oh, almost had it right there. I still cannot believe it. Being able to use the gated beams to get around the pod throw. Using it again as a throw bait. And then a third throw bait, but unfortunately didn't get the full confirm. That might really just ruin this entire run right here. The momentum's completely changed. That's a great hit.
Did.
Oh, and that's going to be the set going to Yoru Sensei. That's going to be going 1 in 3 against Ryazo. Sending Ryazo out at 5th. Congrats to Yoru.
What are you fighting? Oh, we're finding that out now, huh?
Yep.
It's
gonna
Zane
be-
or Dragalia.
Yeah. So we've been seeing Dragalia has just been playing so fast every match we've seen them in. We're gonna have to try to see if they are gonna keep up this kind of speed, where Zane really just starts slowing them down, and then, you know, once the seals are out, the game might just be over for
Believe in victory.
Dragalia there.
Battle 1. Engage.
See, I am very interested in seeing how Dragalia navigates this matchup. As someone who doesn't play either one of these characters, one I see very rarely, when seals are out, I'm just gonna DP. That's how I'm gonna navigate. I'm not dealing with it.
I mean, it makes sense. You don't really want to be dealing with a lot of this type of seal pressure, and especially when you're Narmaya, both forms have a form of DP. You can reversal a lot through these and not have to worry necessarily about being on defense too much.
Seems like Dragalia, if I can't DP it, I'm going to just Brave. The immediate Brave counters anytime they're on defense. But now you have to hold the next one. Well, you don't. You have a DP, but you may have to hold it.
I mean, I've seen Dragalia say before, it's like, you know what, I got 3 BP, you're gonna have to expect me to use all 3 of them.
That's like, hey, that's fair. You can't take it with you. You can't take it with you, so spend it.
Engage.
And when you got it.
Not a savings account. Go ahead. Empty it out. Zane, though, in a corner situation, Dragalia wasn't happy to just go ahead and, yeah, pressure like that, because why wouldn't you? If I have you in the corner, I don't worry about your gimmicks. I just get to kill you. That's perfect.
Tons of damage right there. That's one of the big things about Narmaya. This character is able to get a lot of damage, partly because of her restand on Yusetsuna, and just in general, being able to cycle around a lot of different EX skills just really piles on damage extremely fast.
Oh, no. Okay. That's okay.
Oh, with the spot dodge as well!
What was the offensive spot dodge to avoid what I assume was supposed to be a Brave counter, but there was no button out? Dragalia. Golly. Gee willikers. Gosh.
Believe in victory.
That was like 60% right there as well. Dang.
Just... Alright. That's how you're going to navigate it. Now Zane will need to answer back, doing just that. Let's go. That combo was pretty. It's the setup. Dragalia with quite a bit of either awareness or discipline to not press grab or anything there until. Oh man.
Yeah, I like the run under there too. Ooh, and catching with the flip. Seeing that Zane probably wanted to go over to that seal. There we go, into the super, and that's gonna be another kill. So much damage every time. Dragalia's really using Narmaya's moves damage to its fullest right here.
Absolutely. That's Coco's router and Yoza's router. Yo, what? I'm sorry, I didn't even. I checked the chat and I was like, what are they talking about?
Yeah.
Oh. For sure.
Huh?
Anyway.
Oh, the Raging Strike just landing as an anti-air. Gotta love it.
It's my favorite thing. I love it when that happens. People do on me.
Exactly.
Leader here. Dragalia looking to try and get that aggression started. Anytime they are able to get their turn, they just win. Yeah.
No animation!
No
And
cinematic.
you gotta worry about the chip damage. Oh, probably expected the spiral arrow at that range. So yeah.
Yeah. That wasn't even a punish. I didn't say punish.
No, it did.
It did? Okay, I just missed it.
It was kind of behind Grimnir, that's the thing.
Okay, I was looking at the wrong side. I was like, wait, this is supposed to... Anyway. Zane is now going to be able to, with any luck, use that momentum to carry this to a spot on the board. Yeah, ouch. Yo, yeah, absolutely, you're dead.
My goodness.
Level 1, but there's only 2 supers. They both cost 100 meter.
Believe in victory. Battle 1.
I still got it. Zane doing extremely well with the mix-ups right there. Like, we've been seeing a good amount of times that Dragalia would be in that kind of situation. They're really willing not to go for the throw, but in those kind of situations, they feel like they need to go for the BC, delay it, and just go for the dash afterwards just to catch out the Raging Strike. Sure. Like, yeah, that works just as well.
Absolutely. When adjustments are made for this. But right now, Zane sitting pretty and feeling pretty good. Looking to go ahead, get ahead for the first time in the set. But you have to not get caught by Narmaya. She does a lot of damage. It's a lot of pain.
Yeah, especially when she has 100 meter. Nice tech on the throw. What a challenge!
That was a crazy challenge. Going to go ahead and use the Raging Strike. Use the last Brave Point. Was the flip just a little too early? You're in a lot of trouble now. You have to watch that. Wait a minute. What? No chip. Oh my goodness. They brought me dip with no chips. What am I supposed to do with this?
Still though, I think it was actually partly on Zane. The reason why that that H flip lift, I think it was a delay tech, and so just didn't go through. Either that, no, maybe not, because it was actually, I think it was from Kyoka. I actually have no clue then why.
I'm not sure why that didn't kill, but also I guess it's fine.
Guess so, but even still, once again trying to go for this BC and not working out. It's those kinds of situations when you're up against Grimnir and you just have to think, like, okay, the throw has been coming through a few times. Like, throw is always just a really bad idea. You want to go for the BC because you don't want to be here anymore. So it's like, okay, BC, it's fine. But this is what I'm starting to think that we might need to see. We might need to see some more DPs coming through from Dragalia, just to see if they can catch Zane out on one of the seals. Might still be a bit risky because of the angle, but you gotta try it.
Yeah, like at this point, if he's answering all of your BCs, you do need to do something to just prevent yourself from being in that situation in the first place. That is a novel idea, for sure, and it is definitely risky. If it doesn't work out, you may die, but you're dying right now, so...
Yeah. No matter what, it's a very risky situation. You gotta take some form of risk. And both times that you try to go for the BC, it's not working out. something's really just got to try to change.
Believe in victory. Battle 1.
I see what Dragalia has. They definitely took a little bit of time to hit rematch, so perhaps considering a little bit of something. Overhead button. Get caught into the tornado by it. This is not fantastic. Okay, my turn now. Oh, I lied. Ah, nice block on that. Ah.
Tried going for it again, but man, every time these BCs, they're just not working out. First time the BC actually came through was blocked. Now you're still minus. Like, yeah.
That's tough. Yeah, like, all right, well, it's just a matter of Zane neutralizing the defensive options in those situations. Your options are like win neutral or guess right, and he's just able to, like I said, like guessing right just doesn't seem to be able to neutralize the Brave counter situation. But there is a successful Brave counter. It's time to play the game. Same side on the flip.
Nice. Dragalia still just playing extremely aggressive, trying to go in more, but can't quite make it. And that's the thing. As you mentioned about winning neutral, sometimes just the fireball into seals, you can't just win the neutral anymore. This is a good amount of damage. Again, that's going to be Zane taking it 3-1 over Dragalia, making it into the money.
You know, it is what it is. Sometimes it goes that way, but we are going at breakneck pace. Wacky Pie, have a nice day. Beatrix this time.
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense. I heard when Fairy got buffed, this matchup became only like 0.1% less unbearable. And so it's still not necessarily the type of matchup that you want to be going through on Fairy. It can still be really, really tricky.
Yeah. You have to watch, obviously, the obvious things like Viper and Thunderbird. As we keep seeing, Wacky Pie already down two Brave points about it. But, you know, if you can navigate Seox, you ought to be able to navigate this. I do believe Blue DP. Bo doing work. GG not so much so far, but it's anything but over yet. Is what I would say. You might die here. Yeah, you're.
Yeah. When it comes to Beatrix, this character's always got a combo, always got enough damage to kill.
Battle 2. Engage.
You really gotta think. We saw before, Wacky Pie, as almost everyone knows, I feel, really heavily uses the Brave counters. And I mean, it makes sense. You're playing Fairy. You kind of need some form of defensive countermeasure. But when you're lowering your BC that fast, Beatrix's damage is going to go from insane to, like, you know, inhumane.
Yeah, she goes from being what she is to considering the Geneva Convention a suggestion. So you need to kind of be careful to not give her the opportunity to commit those war crimes. But, you know, and like you said, in this matchup, especially like as Fairy, you're not going to get the chance to hit her with your eel if she's on top of you, kind of like this. Jeez. Wacky Pie going to need to find an answer.
You're gonna need to find it fast.
Yeah, because that was breakneck.
Really just gotta watch out about so many of these plus frames as well. Like, that's one of the things about Beatrix. You still gotta worry. This character has a lot of different ways to get plus frames and still has some really good setups like that one. I'm pretty sure that is the no escape setup where, you know, if you try to mash on it, you will just get no escape thrown. And so it's really, really awkward. So it's also, I'm still pretty sure, also a safe zone.
Great!
Yep.
Love that.
Exactly.
Nah. This is not great. You might be dead. Yeah, you're dead, I think. That's gonna put you over. Yeah. Boom. Yeah.
Gosh. Every time this character's damage goes crazy.
I mean, if you're the one playing it looks pretty cool. Like, there's nothing more fun than watching a health bar disappear when it's not yours. Unfortunately, Wacky Pie's gonna need to try and find some way to answer this. The Ghost Lady is not having a great time. Man.
One more time.
Okay. Just backdashing, trying to avoid that situation. Bad break, but who cares? Nice use of the far L to prevent the Viper approach.
But then you gotta start wondering, when will the Thunderbird come out?
Yeah. Not right now though. GG locking it down. Just blocks all around though. Into the corner. All right, now we can play the game. Obviously gonna jump. Get knocked into GG. Pulled in. GG again. You don't have it because it was that one.
There's the Thunderbird just to get over that 2M. Hava can be going up 2 games right now.
A nice combo, bro. Anyway.
Hey, and Prada, thank you for the raid right there.
Prada the goat.
We had a fun run. Still going on through winners finals. Man, things... At least it's starting to look up for Wacky Pie at least a little bit.
Yeah.
Just until they can't keep Hava in the corner, then things start getting scarier again.
I was gonna say, the issue here is like the snowball. One thing goes wrong, and then you're just Fairy in the corner against Beatrix. But nice throw. Blue DP, I agree. I do not disagree with that decision. Let's try and put some pressure down, says Wacky Pie. 2M and far L's for everybody. All of the BP is gone. Do not get hit. Though I guess you were mostly at a one-touch game regardless. Oh man. That's good.
And now Have a Nice Day is just 1 round away from making it over to Grand Finals.
Winner side, no less. Gonna feel really good about that. Ouch. Okay, DP. Okay, just going to try and keep the pressure going. You're gonna get pressure cooked. The pot is full of steaming water. I just gotta keep you in it.
With how long this thing might just boil over at some point, but here's the orb to try to keep them down. Picks up.
Double lows. Have a nice day. Probably feeling very confident about the idea that they can react to the overhead if need be. So just blocking low. You have not 50 meter for the blue DP. If you're Wacky Pie, only 1 BP. Make that 0 BP left. Anything that Have a Nice Day can find. Okay, here we go. This isn't quite gonna kill, but you're close. EX heavy GG.
A little bit more in there, finds with the 2M. I think it was one of those situations where even though those were, you know, all fairly low normals that could be hit by Thunderbird, Far L will still recover fast enough that, you know, they could block it.
Right, absolutely. Far L is kind of the saving grace here, right? Like that's, you can keep Beatrix, if you can keep most characters at that range, you're feeling fine. It's just actually doing that is quite the task. Right now, Have a Nice Day though, looking to be 1 hit away from Grand Finals. 1 touch. That maybe not 1 touch, not that touch.
Like, that touch? Really?
That touch? Yeah, that's insanity. Wild, but sure.
Okay. So there might be some history on this because I'm looking at the latter portion, and one of the few people that Zane lost to was Yoru, and they lost 0-2. So this might be a situation where, you know what, maybe bring out a big change and see how this goes.
Okay, absolutely, absolutely. I like the idea. We'll see how it works out still. Belial's going to have their own very distinct strengths and weaknesses from Grimnir. Zane, though, if anyone can navigate, right? Not a fantastic start. But you're not dead here. Oh.
Now you are.
Oh.
That's the thing. As I mentioned before, Yoru just really, really good about going for a lot of throws, and then is really good at using this pod throw, just kind of start baiting, you know, attempted attacks. And it might mean that you just need to start going for some extra, you know, fuzzy mashes, possibly catch them earlier, but that's risky. That's risky when you're fighting Tubbie.
Yeah. Being told this was Zane's original name prior to Grimnir, so.
Really? I actually had no clue about that. Interesting.
But looks like that's going to be a short-lived walk down memory lane.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, immediately going back. Possibly going to character select. There we go. There's the Grimnir. Let's see how this goes. I mean, it's nice to give it a try every now and again. Just
probably
see
dumb
it.
idea, lol. Yeah, yeah, for
Fair
sure.
enough.
I mean,
2B.
like, cause sure it didn't work, but it could have.
It could have.
It definitely could have. Like, if it works, you're a genius. If it doesn't work, it's like Oopsie.
Just got to accept and like just kind of say it's like no, I was just giving them a handicap. They need it, you know?
Right? Yeah. It's charity. We give back to the needy.
Yeah, and they're gonna need a lot of help against me, you know?
Right, exactly. Look at this Grimnir. Look at this Grimnir cook. Other side. Real tech coming out of Yoru. Uh-oh. Yeah, okay, no escape. TRM for some reason. Can we start baiting throws now? 3 throws in a row? Okay.
Wait, just keep going for them. Now that we see
Yeah,
attack,
I mean,
possibly now we start going for those 2-2s, but oh, there we go.
Get out of that situation. It's gonna... How many did you have? Yeah, die for it.
Yep. I love the little mental calculation. It's like, you know, maybe if you got that 1, no, 0? Okay, yep.
I mean, he was dead anyway. I didn't even realize that the life was that low. I didn't want to say anything though. Like, I was check real quick. 2-2's
Let's not
coming out.
change
Yeah,
the
for
will
sure.
it kill thing.
Yeah. Yeah. No real text coming out from Zane.
Ooh, and a no escape. Very good. Exactly what you needed. Ooh, baits out a throw
Now
your
it's
own.
your turn.
Good amount of damage. Okay. Wacky mix. There we go. At that point, you have no clue where it's going to be until you're already getting hit.
Death is Zane on the board.
See, this is what we mean. Like, you're just giving them a handicap. That's it.
Yeah, it is a genuinely charity. He can write that off at the end of the year, man.
Exactly. Ooh.
Oh, no.
Although, this is not what you want to be giving. You do not want to be giving Yoru counter hits in this corner right here. Especially when they can go for another throw bait. Oh! Baits out
Dagger.
the VC.
I love it. Oh,
Didn't
okay.
leave.
Blue DP. Let me out. Nice block on the Brave counter. They get a throw for themselves, but get thrown right back. Hold it. Yeah,
It's also a factor. Has to get out. Wow.
I agree. You have to make a decision there, because pod will kill you.
Battle 2.
Okay. Nice. Oh, okay, gonna...
Yeah, since that's still minus, then it's almost as if you just blocked out the 2-2L anyways.
Yeah. Zane now in the corner, gonna have to deal with the throw situation. Yoru loves these throws. Yeah, 3 will do. The back throw. Not sure that was on purpose.
No, they actually had whiffed the throw and then went for it again.
Okay,
Oh,
I mean, like, it worked out. If it worked, it's all according to KK.
Exactly.
Believe in victory.
Yoru.
Battle 1.
Able to go ahead and farm these counter hits a little bit, get a lot of value off their throws. We just have to consider the strike throw game is so good. This guy's my hero, honestly. There's nothing more fun than strike throw.
Ooh. There's the spot dodge.
God, was that on purpose? Or did you react to the... That wasn't. That was because you would have grabbed the brave counter. Well, no, the brave counter. Oh, whatever. It worked. I'll give it to you. It was on purpose. This guy's just in the future. He has his fingers to his temple like Professor X.
Over here. Again, back to this corner. This is where Zane has been most of this set.
This 2B has been quite oppressive. Baby has been in corner this whole time. Yeah, at some point you have to do something. Get me out. Get thrown. That. No, though. You don't want to just take those. Okay. I agree.
A bit more. There we go.
The meaty might have been vegetarian there. Zane just gets to press out.
Sometimes you just gotta let them know. Let them know that you're vegetarian, you know?
Yeah, for sure, for sure.
Well, once again, on that same situation. Exactly. That's why I have to... Oh, I have to let you know by pressing that close heavy right there on defense. Oh, and still getting the combo. Very nice. However, find our way out.
Yeah. Okay, just forget it entirely. I'm just going to spend it. Because match point for Yoru, they definitely want to just call it end to this ASAP. But Zane not making it easy whatsoever. Oh my god, you're dead.
Wow. And we're going on to game number 5. Let's see. Can Zane clean it up? Continue on to fight Wacky Pie. There's Yoru. Just gonna, you know what? I need to lock in. I may have let this go on for a bit too long.
This is gonna be Zane with a lot of momentum about it too now. Go. Yeah, nice spot dodge. Avoid that nice bait on the anti-air. Zane more than ready for the jump, but Yoru a step ahead of even that. We're playing chess now, boys.
Oh, the fireball.
Jump over. Nice.
At least now we got the seals out, but you even get to use them. Yeah, if you have the BC right there. Gets around the Raging Strike. My. Can you kill? I think you can, since that's 0 BP right here for Yoru.
Yeah, it's going to be an incredible damage multiplier. You're cooked. And now Zane ahead in the set.
Battle 2. Engage.
One more round. Can they clean it up? Can they get more money out of this pot right here?
This is looking really good for Zane now. Coming alive, absolutely. Combo limit has the setup ready for the BC. Gonna put you in the ground if you're not careful. You get one more guess. And it might be a guess you have to take with 1 BP. It absolutely will be. Actually, are you dead?
Not enough.
No, you're not. You're not. You're not. You get one guess. You get one guess.
Wow, what a match on Wake Up. Yoru does have full meter, could see a DP, but no, it's going to be a throw for Zane, taking it 3-2 and moving on to losers finals. My goodness, great job for Zane.
Creating the situations in which you can get them. But we'll see exactly what kind of seal shenanigans Zane can get up to. Because like you said, Pillar not being a factor here is going to make a heck of a lot of difference. Pillar completely snuffed out this guy's game plan against Versusia. So even if this is a not great matchup, it should at least be playable, because that other thing looked not great.
Exactly. Here, getting into it. Zane versus Wacky Pie. It's honestly great to think Zane had to go through the entire Thiling squad just you know, having to go through Dragalia, Yoru, and now Wacky Pie just to see if they can get back up into Grand Finals. But it's still not over. It's still going to be kind of rough, but right here, already doing so well.
A lot of damage and a great situation afterwards. And now it's just death. Now you're just actually dead. Wow. Not figurative. You're dead for real, for reol.
Literally. Like, this man can't hit the buttons no more. He's in the forever box, bro.
Yeah. Controller dropped out of his hand in slow motion.
It starts raining indoors.
Wacky Pie looking to answer back, gonna put out that GG, but Zane 100% uninterested in dealing with that. More than happy to spend whatever resources he needs to get out of this. Goodness. Looking back and forth, trying to see what Zane's gonna do. Zane's gonna leap is what he's gonna do. Now Wacky Pie sitting on a commanding life lead. Oh no. Bro, that's not the end of the world. He doesn't get anything else off of it aside from a seal setup, and you get to just kill him if he moves forward at all.
Yeah, that's one of the nice things about Fairy's 214U. It's actually a fairly good way of catching people trying to dash in on you, and it also at times can work as an anti-air, so it might actually be a really big button here against Grim.
For sure, I have no doubt that it is pivotal to match up. We'll see if it's gonna come to play in this particular round, because Fairy's at the corner. Right, I like it. The BC, I don't want to be there. Now you have to make up a life deficit, though, if you are Fairy. That's not the best situation to be in. As this character, you can find Mix, but it's not going to matter this game because you just died instead. Zane navigating this very well.
Battle 1.
Yeah.
Engage.
Gotta love some of those routes for Grimnir as well. Spend 100 meter, get 50 back, you know?
Yes. Yes, I love old skills.
On the other side.
Wacky Pie. Wacky Pie still sitting on a life lead, but without much screen behind them to play with, is what I would say. If they didn't have much screen behind them to play with, they're feeling pretty good now. Life lead mid-screen, happy to play neutral. Doesn't have the 214U is why they're threatening the jump. Air-to-air buttons will do.
Has the 50 meter now. Let's see what they might try to spend it on. I was expecting maybe a UDP, but instead, I think they're not going to get to spend any amount of meter. That's going to be death. That's Zane taking the other round.
Really good about that. Okay. We definitely have you for chepping. Oh, good. Zane again with this momentum situation going in his favor. What do you have for this? Has the 214U if need be, standing on top of a seat. And it's right inside that bar.
Oh, and stop the projectile as well. That's actually really good with the DP. Wacky Pie is just like, you know, I think I like this area. I think this is mine now. Never mind, though, getting evicted from that space and immediately getting throw baited. Very good for Zane right here. Should be able to clear it out and go up 2 games.
But also not the worst showing for Wacky Pie there. It was very much in control. They were winning till they lost. So
true.
You can still make it work. Standing at that perfect bar H range. Escaping that bad situation. Going to get a BP out of Wacky Pie. But get hit anyway. Enjoy the corner, my friend.
Goes Back out. Here's the orb.
Yep. Now what? And then what? Yeah, instant overhead.
The handshake.
Golly. Golly gee willikers, I can't. I can't stand it when that happens. It's so tough, and I'm sure it was on purpose. He's
Of
gonna
course,
see this.
every time.
He's gonna be ready for it.
Ooh, nice.
Gonna bounce there, put out GG. Nice. Not gonna respect it. I agree.
Does make sense because Ryazo probably wanting to run up for that. Oh yeah, because you extend a hurt box into the fireball. I forgot.
Yeah.
I was like, how did that happen? What stopped it? Oh, and here's the Super Zero VP for the kill right there. Zane just one round away, making it into the loser side of Grand Finals to get their run back against Have a Nice Day.
Blocking it out. 2-4H. Wants to stay safe to find some kind of answer. Has not been very successful in doing so thus far. He's on the verge of getting 3-0'd. Grimnir. Quite mighty. Wow.
Oh, has the meter as well. You probably take away that last BP. No, drops the combo, but picks it back up with a throw bait. There we go. Zane gonna be taking it 3-0 against Wacky Pie.
Not even gonna play games about the Beatrix.
Not at all. I do want to make a point. Throughout the entire night, Have a Nice Day has not lost a set and has only lost one game. The entire time, only lost a single game to Yoru Sensei, but has never lost a set. So, we're gonna have to see if that will change, if Zane can finally get through. So far, it's been pretty decent. Get over to this corner, and that's exactly what you want.
Much better job, at least starting out, than they were previously. See if they can make a point for handing Hava their first loss. What a drop. Zane still is going to have some life they're going to need to make up. The next hit. Okay, well, it doesn't matter. The next hit goes here. And going to have to navigate these pillars as best he can. I know it's just agonizing.
Yeah, it's probably one of those moments where you possibly have to think, hey, maybe use some of the other ways to set up the seals rather than 2-2H, because that one seems to have the most recovery. So, you know, that one's probably the easiest one to get sniped out by the pillar. So yeah, possibly just seeing a bit more of these 2-2Ls, 2-2Ms, just, you know, try to set things up fast.
Sure. It's not particularly the way you want to play, but if that's what you have to do, then that's just the matchup. I can't speak too heavily on what Grimnir can and can't do here, but yeah, this is shades of the past.
Believe in victory.
Just block pillar and do it again 5 seconds later. Okay, EX pillar is out. Kind of probably play around that cooldown.
Yeah, it's one of those situations where for Grimnir, he wants to have the fireball out when he's setting up the seals, but you really gotta think, are you gonna have enough time? And you probably do, but Hava's gonna know every time, okay, my pillar's gone, he's gonna try to set up the seals. That gives him an easier way in.
Yeah, it completely it gives you a completely different mind game to play. Yeah, and sometimes it ends up like this. So let's get out of that situation. It's gonna get right back in that situation though. This is not fantastic. Have us sitting on 100 meter. There's no reason not to spend it. Even if you were for some reason to live, I want my BP back. You won't though, don't worry. It's a better place for you, friend.
Battle 2.
At least you hope.
Yeah. Fingers crossed. Just landed. Landed on the 5L.
Yeah. So far, not seeming like a better place. Just kind of stuck in this corner. Nice spot dodge there at the very least, but I mean, it's not necessarily looking good for Zane. Has such a large life deficit. Really needs to get something going here. There we go.
All right, yeah, here we go. So if you're beating her up, you don't have to worry about her gimmicks, right?
Exactly.
See,
Until that happens.
Pillar.
There we go. Nice with the knockdown. Set the pillar. Ooh. Yeah, catching the far L, unfortunately not getting... Really, really awkward times right there. Yeah.
Yeah.
The sniper!
Yeah, that'll be the Psycho Crush. That's gonna... Psycho Crusher won't kill here, but it's not a great situation.
Still, though, you need to find your way through, and you gotta watch out about Pillar. There it's gone. But the Nimbus gonna be taking it right there. Just didn't get close enough to the last seal to possibly get around it. That's gonna be Hava up 2 games.
Battle 1. Engage.
Looking really good. Looking like they're setting up a 3-0 Grand Finals. Not interested in any resets or anything. I want the lion's share of that money. Watch this slide, Iron Tail coming out. All blocked by Granblue. Zane trying to find a way around, trying to find a way to make things work still. I don't know what he can do here.
It's honestly really such a scary situation. At least when they have the seals, they can do something like this, but still needs to make another situation. And what a backdash!
Do not get hit. You will just lose the tournament. That is a scary situation. This is not great. Seal. Nice use of the mobility to escape a bad place. But the 2L, this character.
And I mean, that was such a scary situation too. Zane couldn't even throw a fireball or else, you know, Psycho Crusher was going to come through. You're just going to be dead from that.
It's like totally locked down there.
These situations are not good for Zane. Really needs to get something going, but how? Another pillar going through. Gets them seals set up, but... Okay. Unfortunately, though, still getting caught by that far light. Needs to find their way in. The pillar's gone. Has the knockdown, but still can't open up Hava.
Great. Okay, Hava getting hit here. Gonna be in the corner. Seal set. Jumping to the other side. Nothing doing. Zane showing incredible patience and discipline. Not going to be bothered by it. And going to be rewarded with some damage of his own. Dash up. Grab real tech.
Needs to go through. Gotta watch out about the pillar. I think that was trying to bait pillar. Oh my goodness.
Oh,
that's not gonna hit.
Dear. Okay. No meter, but still has pillar. Nimbus not gonna land. Ball not gonna land. Seal set. Pillar out. Now you have to deal with Versusia pressure. Jump back button. Air to air is out. Fireball out. Watch. Pillar is active. Chip on tape. That'll do it. Have a nice day. Going to actually manage to what feels like clutch it out at the very end, because that was incredibly scary.